Hi, you're watching us on NewsX YouTube. My name is Rishabh Gulati, and the question we're trying to answer is, what do we do with Malaysia now? After having tried to deal with Turkey, the Indian government has already decided that when it comes to the palm oil imports into India from Malaysia, that there will be a curtailment. This curtailment has now started going into effect. Palm oil importers into India are now declining their purchases from Malaysia. Now remember, a 5% import duty to Malaysian palm oil has already been implied. What this now means is that the Malaysian government is now trying to suck up to India. They're saying, oh, you know what, we'll try to import more crude sugar, more buffalo meat coming in from India so that, we can balance the trade deficit and you continue buying our palm oil. Sorry, no takers. 50% of palm oil in India, 9 million tons is what India imports. 50% of that has been Malaysian palm oil. That means 4.5 million tons. The Malaysians make about $1.8 billion just from the palm oil they sell to India. They have a $5 billion trade surplus. That's the money, the profit they make out of trading from India. We don't need their palm oil. We can simply go back to Indonesia, where most of India's palm oil used to come from, and go and purchase it from there. And this has an immediate bearing on the Malaysian economy. 2.5% of the Malaysian GDP is palm oil. Almost 6 lakh people living in Malaysia depend on the palm oil industry. For them, it is something that is about a livelihood in Malaysia that starts now hitting the Malaysian economy and starts hitting the Malaysian government. This is not something to roll back. This is something that the Indian government should be taking forward, because 57,000 square kilometers of territory in Malaysia, 57,000 square kilometers is devoted to palm oil production, Malaysia being one of the world's biggest palm oil producers. Now, as far as India is concerned, Malaysia is our 10th largest import-export partner. But as I mentioned, we run a $5 billion trade deficit. That's the profit the Malaysians make out of us. Why? Why should we run the trade deficit? And these offers of buying more crude sugar and more buffalo meat and all this nonsense is going to find no takers in India. We should be going a step further. If Mahathir Mohamad, the Malaysian Prime Minister, is so keen on cozying up to a relationship with Pakistan, well, then we should definitely be bolstering the very large population of Hindus. 6.3% of the Malaysian population is ethnic Hindu. We need to go there, and they, up until the mid-90s, they had something called the Malaysian Democratic Indian Party. We need to go there and ask the Hindu community to revive that political party and regain a political force in Malaysia. Not only that, we need to ensure that we are supporting, all of us Indians are supporting the opponents of Mahathir Mohamad in Malaysia to send out a stark message that either you're with us or you're against us when it comes to supporting Pakistan, when it comes to setting up an Islamic League against India, when it comes to starting a disinformation and propaganda war against India, when it comes to supporting Pakistan at the FATF, that there will be consequences. There won't just be chastisement and tut-tuts happening from New Delhi anymore, that there are going to be consequences. We've done something that needs to be taken to its logical conclusion. Malaysian palm oil imports into India need to come down to zero, immediately dealing a $2 billion loss to the Malaysian economy. Here's a comparison. The Indian economy is $2.8 trillion. The Malaysian economy is $385 billion, right? So this is not the China-US trade war. This is a very large economy dealing with a very, very small economy, 1/10 its scale. And that is how the Malaysians need to be spoken to if they choose, at least in the form of the government, to be backing Pakistani terror.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.